Chris, first of all, then following on from QPR last week, is everybody okay?
You might have seen Rhys Norrington-Davies got injured in the under-21s, so that isn't looking too good at the moment. His reaction to the injury as well, so he's had a scan. We've sent him down to a specialist, so he won't be available. Definitely for not for the next 3 games.
Wow. That's another issue with him. I mean, the lad's just having what can only really be described as a bit of a nightmare in that sense.
We've talked about it before, haven't we? In terms of sometimes you just need a little bit of luck. We've had it with other players that we've name checked as well. So and Rhys is one of those, and we talked about it to him yesterday. And it's a block tackle. He's planted his right foot, and it's just an innocuous block tackle that's obviously just tweaked something in the groin area. So it's not been a great period for him personally.
So forgive me, is this something that's completely new and not as a kind of knock-on effect to his other issues? It's just unfortunate.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Of course, when you look into injuries, you look into repeat injuries individually and as a group. Soft tissue injuries are obviously on the menu for not just Sheffield United but a lot of clubs up and down the country, especially at the highest level. And people talk about that. The more injuries players are picking up and clubs are picking up. So we're trying to keep that to a minimum. There's some that you just can't do anything about. Tom Cannon rolled his ankle a couple of weeks ago. Can't really do anything about that. And Rhys is in the same boat. It's just a block tackle. He had to go for the tackle. There's nothing to do with previous injuries. It's nothing to do with his attitude. Nothing to do with him being underprepared or whatever. He's a top pro. He's a top trainer, and he's just been really unfortunate that the force of that has resulted in that injury.
Are we outside of football clubs just more aware of the significant volume of injuries, or is that because of sort of workloads that these lads have just had for the last 4 or 5 years?
I think a combination of quite a lot of things: the intensity of the game, the physicality of the game when you're playing at the highest level, which we are, and then one up as well. So every club, it seems to be affecting. So it's something that we pride ourselves on over sort of the period that I was here previously, and trying to clear them up. So there's a lot of ways that you can look at it, from the load point of view, right the way through, which you want to get a balance with because they have to train competitively on a Monday to Friday. So you're always open to those little injuries as well. ALfie Gilchrist, had an ankle injury because of a collision in training. So I can't just Monday to Friday just go through the motions and wrap them up in cotton wool, but not train at an intensity and at a level that doesn't prepare the players for matches at the weekend. So undertraining and overtraining has always been a big thing, and making sure you get the balance right. We feel that we have previously got the balance right, and we're always aiming to do that. We've got some excellent people in the medical department, from physios right the way through to sports scientists, and Dr. Brian English coming in as well. So it's important, availability and keeping the group healthy. We had a spate of injuries in around Christmas time that hit us hard, but there was quite a lot at the same time. But the majority of the time we're pretty happy, pretty comfortable with the availability that we've had for the players. The reason that we didn't, we got stretched a little bit is because the squad was light at the start of the season. And that was plain and simple, and obviously we've addressed that in January.
And just to check on Gilchrist then, nothing's changed with him. He's still back at Chelsea and is a week or two
Yeah,
beyond.
He's progressing nicely. So, I believe that ALfie's coming back up the road over the weekend and will be back Monday with us. So that's good news, and we'll get him right. Whether he's ready for the last game before the international break, if not, I'm sure that potentially he'll be ready for the Coventry game, which is good news.